Chesapeake Flare, I call
Chesapeake Flare. That's the way to put it.
It's you would think you're eating crabs when you're eating the sauce.
And it is amazing. And another little secret, and we're gonna, I hope you don't get upset with this, but we're gonna tell your big secret tonight when you go to the Roadhouse.
Okay.
Roadhouse in Seaford, and I got to tell you something about what I've tried in there. But
okay.
When you go to the Roadhouse, they have this.
This is...
What is that, Rick?
This is a Chesapeake brand hot sauce that we actually have private labeled for the Roadhouse. They really liked it at the Roadhouse with my label on it, but in order to get in the Roadhouse, I couldn't have my label on it. It had to be something Texas-y, kind of, so we went ahead and made a label for them. They loved it. They loved the sauce, and they've been through 10, 12, 14 cases, something like that. And people want to buy it from them.
It's good on vegetables.
It's good on everything.
Great on vegetables. I was eating broccoli in there, and I had to go. The bottle on my table was a little low, so I had to go steal one from the other tables. But,
they're always low on the Texas Roadhouse table. So,
we want to keep it going, and it's actually made and bottled right in Seaford. I know you have you actually have a store that actually has the manufacturing thing in the back of it, and it's on Stein Highway?
Stein Highway and Phillips Street, right in Seaford, yep. The old Ambassador Travel Building.
But that's a great way, before you go buy a case of this, and unfortunately, as you very well know, my kids are hooked on this stuff, so I am a Christmas case buyer.
That's right.
I have to buy it by the case to take care of my kids. But you can go to the Roadhouse, you can try it. I haven't put it on steak yet. I've not went the steak thing. I've tried it on the vegetables and a couple of other things, but it is absolutely incredible. But that's what people should do if they want to try it. They can go there, and you wouldn't know this was Eagle's Wings unless you're watching Catch It Live. And now we've given away your secret.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, and actually, if you really read the label, it does have my...
come on.
It does say something about Ewing Food Products on it, so it would tell you that it was a Chesapeake, or Eagle Wings Chesapeake style hot sauce.
Well, when we come back, I want to talk about your store some more, and we want to talk about your website, and we want to talk about this award that you have. So we're here live at Jimmy's Grill with Rick Ewing of Eagle's Wings, the double top secret about it being in Texas Roadhouse, and we're also going to tell you about something that some other places maybe you can find that. Maybe that's where we'll start. I'm Jack Riddle. We're here with Rick Ewing here at Jimmy's Grill live in Bridgeville, and we'll be right back.
Swing for the fence this softball or baseball season with equipment from All Out Sports in Dagsboro. All Out Sports carries cleats, gloves, and balls, as well as helmets and hats. Pick out the right bat from our large selection that includes Easton, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rocket Tech, and more. All Out Sports can handle all your sporting goods needs. Stop by to check out our new arriving merchandise or call All Out Sports at 732-1233. That's 732-1233. And be sure to like us on Facebook. All Out Sports, your local choice for sporting goods.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
When a severe storm strikes, don't get caught without power. Rely on a Generac generator from Satterfield and Ryan, your electrical contractors. With a Generac generator, it immediately starts when the power goes out and will shut off when the power comes back on. Satterfield and Ryan sells the finest standby generators from 7 to 150 kilowatts. Satterfield and Ryan is your authorized dealer and repair center for Generac standby generators. Generac is also your source for all your residential, agricultural, and commercial generator needs. Visit Satterfield and Ryan's website at delawaregenerators.net. And remember, get the job done right the first time.
Abbott's Grill is a sure shot for a great happy hour every Monday through Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. Tip off your night with freshly shucked oysters from our raw bar for only 50 cents each. Or try a half pound of delicious steamed shrimp for only $6.95. Happy hour also features $4 orange crushes, $2 PBR drafts, and $1 off all draft beers, rail drinks, and house wines. With the best selection of local and national craft beers, 17 screens for sports, and live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights, Abbott's Grill is the place to be for a fun night out with friends. Abbott's Grill, 249 Northeast Front Street in Milford. Gather at the grill.
Welcome back to Jimmy's Grill. I'm Jack Riddle here on Catch It Live. Colin's other brother and Jim's second removed cousin of the Men's Club for Hair, right, Colin? That's what we do around here. I'm here with Rick Ewing, a Bridgeville man who lives in Seaford that's got some sauce going on. That should be on the side of your construction company truck.
That's right.
We're here talking with Rick Ewing about Eagle's Wings hot sauce, which is, I can tell you, amazing, and I have many hours of personal experience with that. And we were talking about one of his little secrets were that he does private labeling for the Roadhouse. The Roadhouse sauce is actually is Rick sauce, made right here in Seaford, Delaware, and if you can't get there, and if you want to try it there, there's a couple other places you can get it. In Seaford, Harbor House. If we're at the beach,
Peppers has it.
Peppers has it. Peppers, the hot sauce world mecca.
Yeah, exactly. They have 3,000 different hot sauces there.
This is the best one, though.
Oh, that's what they say.
And you can also get it at downtown Rehoboth at
Grub Grocery.
Grub Grocery next to the Culture Pearl.
Right.
Susan Wood's operation, which is fabulous, by the way. And there's also this little chain of stores over in Maryland that carries your sauce.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be able to put my product in all the Maryland Acmes. So I'm in the Acme markets.
How in the world
did I get into that?
Somebody must like you.
Somebody liked the sauce.
Somebody liked the sauce. Yeah, they probably didn't like you, Rick. That's probably true.
I did get some help from one of the store directors, and she helped me get it through corporate Acme. And it took about 4 or 5 months, and Acme's actually owned by a parent company in India. So sample bottles had to be sent to India, and I guess they liked it in India, so they approved it for the Maryland Acme's. I've been in there for over a year now, and I'm hoping...
Still not in Delaware, though.
Well,
what's wrong with these Delaware
I'm in
people?
Wilmington, Delaware, Acme, downtown Wilmington, and I think I'm fortunate that I didn't get all 130 Acmes at one time, because I'd probably be going crazy trying to fulfill those orders.
Isn't it?
That's exactly right.
This is not high, volume manufacturing.
Right.
Rick, you are the chef.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I make it, I bottle it, and I do everything right at my store in Seaford.
So we can get it. We can get it at Acme in Maryland. We can get it anywhere in Sussex. Not anywhere in Sussex, but there's enough outlets. In Sussex, and you have your own hot sauce store right in Seaford.
Something Hot Specialty Sauces.
Right.
At 639 Phillips Street in Seaford, right on the corner of Phillips and Stein Highway.
And if you get lost, you go down the road and you look for the what are those things sitting outside your door called?
Oh, yeah, totem poles that you
totem
gave me.
Poles.
Yeah, Jack gave them to me, as a matter of fact. They worked well with the theme of the store. So
you got them out of my yard. Yeah. That's what you did, Rick.
So, I didn't steal them. They were given to me.
No, you didn't. But so you can find it all over. Another thing that you have, and I guess people should know, this is not just. You've got a trademark on this now, right?
Yes, I do. I was very fortunate to be able, through my trademark attorney, to get Eagle Wings Chesapeake brand hot sauce trademarked. So that's very descriptive. It's regional. Normally they don't allow that in the trademark licensing, but for some reason they gave it to me, and I'm very thrilled I got that Chesapeake brand. That's what's important.
And the secret, if you go to the Roadhouse, I'm gonna give away another secret. Always get the stuff plain, and then you can put the Eagle's wings on.
That's exactly right. So you order your wings plain. That's exactly right.
And put this on it, because I know
they do that in the kitchen. They order them for themselves.
I know that some of the time I've been into your house, and you'll go to a Chinese restaurant and get wings done plain.
Right.
And then we'll put the sauce on it.
That's exactly right. It's just easier for me to cook them like that.
And I know you have the regular, but you have what just tears me up, because there's a hotter version.
That's exactly right.
That's laced with a little something that makes you cry.
It's called the Extreme, which is the same mix with one additive that makes it like really hot, but it's not really, really hot.
Yes, it is.
On a scale of 1 to 10, the original is like a 3, and this is a 4.5.
It is great.
So
okay, so you can buy it retail. You can get it there. You can also you have a website.
Yes,
called
globalhotsauce.com.
And that's not www. It's just globalhotsauce.com.
Right.
And you can get all the sauces. And you also
All
have
my
some,
sauces.
And do you offer other people's sauces up there too?
Yeah, I have probably 600 other sauces that I offer on the website. So if there's something that you know of that you had one place somewhere around the world, I probably have it.
And if you're in a hot sauce crisis, I mean, they can actually come to your store.
Yeah.
And you've got a big selection
of
the Eagle's Wings, of course.
Right.
But you've got a whole bunch of other specialty
I have about
sauces.
150 different hot sauces in my store, all the way from the mild or mediums all the way up to the super hot to the stuff that you can only use one drop of to heat up your chili.
I'm not good with the one drop.
No, I'm not good with that stuff either. So.
Now, I know you private label for the Roadhouse, but you've also got some. There's some way you have some fundraising opportunities for folks.
That's exactly right. We offer the 5-ounce bottle, which is this one right here, in private labeling. We can put people's labels right on this and offer that to them at a wholesale price, and they can make up to 40% off of the sale of this bottle for their organization. So that really accumulates a lot of cash for the organization. So this one actually was for the Sussex Tech Sports Program. And this did really well for them. So it's called Raven Wings, not the Eagle Wings. This was Raven Wings, really good stuff.
And it's the
same Chesapeake brand hot sauce. So
I want to tell you, we actually have a viewer comment.
Oh,
that's my wife.
Don't forget Rick's website. Yeah, she's right on time.
She's right on time.
Thanks,
right
Susan.
Maybe you get another free bottle in your stocking this year. And that website is globalhotsauce.com. And there's information up there about all the different hot sauces. Is there something up there about the fundraising option?
But there's something on the website that just mentions that, and they can email us about that. And
the phone, what is the phone number there, Rick? 629?
628 9464, which is 628 Wing.
How did that happen?
I found
you must have friends or something. I don't know.
Hey, before we go on, I want to mention...
Is this your new sauce?
Yeah, this is new sauce. We've got actually 4 of them in the works. This is actually one of the 4, and it's the first one that got labeled Eagle Wings Pineapple Teriyaki, and this is becoming a hit. I actually am very surprised because it only took me about 20 minutes to invent this taste, but people are buying the heck out of this stuff here.
Note to Jim, we want Catch It Live sauce.
We can have that.
Can we work on that, Colin? We'll put it in the budget.
Okay.
If there's any of a budget left.
No.
You've been doing this for a while, and I know that. It is just amazing how you get hooked on this stuff. I wish we could describe how to. It's got like a crabby kind of texture to it. I guess.
Well, it's a spicy crab sauce, basically. It will taste like you're eating crabs. Whatever you put it on, it's going to taste like that. I started as a wing sauce back in the day, and then once I started bottling it, and then I'm getting people yelling at me through the drugstore saying it was great on a turkey burger, or I just said I was at a party.
On chicken. I have had it on chicken.
Right. I actually had somebody that found me at a party this weekend at a St. Patrick's Day party. He was from Baltimore, and he had a bottle of my sauce. And I don't know where he got the bottle from, but he says he eats it on his burgers. Every time he has a burger, grilled burger, whatever, he just finishes it off with this, and it's amazing. So,
well, the people on Catch It Live, you are on the ground floor of the next big sauce company coming right out of Seaford, Delaware. Rick Ewing, and I think the whole Ewing family is involved in this enterprise.
It's a Ewing family adventure.
everybody.
That's right.
When you start one of these things, it seems like everybody's along for the ride.
Right.
So, but it's incredible sauce. You can buy it online at globalhotsauce.com, and you'll ship it wherever it needs to be shipped.
I'm shipping to Brooklyn tonight. Actually, tomorrow morning, I'm shipping a case to Brooklyn. Last week, it was to San Diego, California, and I had to hold off on an order that was going to Florida because of one of the products that they ordered through the website wasn't available until this next week, but they've ordered, and we're shipping down there. But we've shipped all over the country. So.
It's an amazing little story, and you were written up by Hot Sauce Daily?
It was actually a review company that's on the internet, Hot Sauce Daily, and they do reviews on hot sauces, and I was featured as the week 1 of the Week of Wings hot sauce, and very surprising for me that when they reviewed me, they gave me actually 4 out of 5 stars. And
We need to work on that because
Yeah.
I'd give you a 5.
Right. Well, I don't know why I didn't get the 5th star, but I was thrilled with 4 out of 5. So.
Well, Rick, it's a great sauce. It's a great story. Those of you on Catch It Live, you're going to see the ground floor of this thing, and 10 years from now, when he's the real sauce king, you'll be able to come back to this video and say this all started on Catch It Live. And I'm sure Jim will be calling you wanting a percentage.
Right.
I mean,
well, he's going to
you'll get
all of
try his sauce is check it out online. Go to the Roadhouse. There's stores all over. Go to his website, Global Hot Sauce. Is it globalhotsauce.com or org?
Yeah, .com. Yep.
Globalhotsauce.com. Rick, thanks for coming in. Thanks for bringing your sauce. Thanks for making your sauce. And maybe we'll try it here on something. We'll find something. We'll get something out of the kitchen and try it on there before we get out of here. So,
Thank you,
Rick,
Jack, for having me.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
And don't mention trailers around here. We don't do that.
All right.
We're live here at Jimmy's Grill. This is Catch It Live. There's always something crazy going on here. We'll be back after a commercial break from probably Weller's Utility Trailers. We'll be right back.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
Swing for the fence this softball or baseball season with equipment from All Out Sports in Dagsboro. All Out Sports carries cleats, gloves, and balls, as well as helmets and hats. Pick out the right bat from our large selection that includes Easton, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rocket Tech, and more. All Out Sports can handle all your sporting goods needs. Stop by to check out our new arriving merchandise or call All Out Sports at 732-1233. That's 732-1233. And be sure to like us on Facebook. All Out Sports, your local choice for sporting goods.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
When a severe storm strikes, don't get caught without power. Rely on a Generac generator from Satterfield and Ryan, your electrical contractors. With a Generac generator, it immediately starts when the power goes out and will shut off when the power comes back on. Satterfield and Ryan sells the finest standby generators from 7 to 150 kilowatts. Satterfield and Ryan is your authorized dealer and repair center for Generac standby generators. Generac is also your source for all your residential, agricultural, and commercial generator needs. Visit Satterfield and Ryan's website at delawaregenerators.net. And remember, get the job done right the first time.
Abbott's Grill is a sure shot for a great happy hour every Monday through Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. Tip off your night with freshly shucked oysters from our raw bar for only 50 cents each. Or try a half pound of delicious steamed shrimp for only $6.95. Happy hour also features $4 orange crushes, $2 PBR drafts, and $1 off all draft beers, rail drinks, and house wines. With the best selection of local and national craft beers, 17 screens for sports, and live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights, Abbott's Grill is the place to be for a fun night out with friends. Abbott's Grill, 249 Northeast Front Street in Milford. Gather at the grill.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
Joseph of the Spinning Wheels Racing Report.
For to watch that, I trademarked that. I'll
I
charge
know. This is all about charging. $100? Well,
That's why you trademark things.
Well, the
So you can charge it.
Is the logo up on the screen right now, Mr. Producer Guy? Oh. Hello. I'm going to turn my mic on now. As you can tell, professionalism is our highest standard around here. So nobody was listening to me. Welcome back. He was going to charge me for mentioning Spinning Wheels Racing Report, which you can't do now because you didn't hear it. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm Jack Riddle here for probably the last time after Jim watches this video, and I'm here with Anthony Joseph, who comes here every week because he is the master of disaster. He's the man with the NASCAR. He knows everything about NASCAR, and we're going to find out what he knows about tennis a little later. But welcome, Anthony. How'd your sports show go? You do a sports show before this starts, right?
Yes.
How'd that go? Who's your guest tonight?
Randy Chambers, director for the FCA.
Oh,
And
wow.
They have a big conference coming up the 22nd and the 23rd, and it's free. So
FCA stands for
Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Yes.
I knew that. I knew that.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
I did know that. My kids were in that when they were in high school.
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, I do know a little bit about it.
And it's taking place at the Freedom Worship Center in Milford.
And when is that?
The 22nd and the 23rd.
And is it a conference for coaches or kids or both?
Everybody's invited. So if you're a coach, you're a parent, just somebody like yourself, if you want to go, you can go for free.
Free is always good. But we're not here to talk about free. We're here to talk
Yes.
about a big
Getting
money
back,
sport.
on
a
track,
big money sport, NASCAR.
And Casey Kane picked up the victory on Sunday at the Food City 500 in
Yep.
Bristol, Tennessee.
Love
at the
Bristol.
half-mile track. And he led 109 laps. Guess who led the most laps?
It wasn't Danica, was it?
No, it wasn't Danica.
I knew it wasn't Danica.
You always have Danica on the lead.
That's because my friend, he's a big Danica fan, and he wants to see Danica win a race, that's all.
It was Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin.
117 laps.
Wow. What happened?
He got in a scuffle with Joey Logano, and that ended his day.
Oh.
They're not
No.
friends.
Well,
Just
Bristol,
because
there's
you're
always a lot of,
doesn't mean you're
there's always a
friends.
little bit of tension at Bristol, isn't there?
There is,
it's right,
yes.
There's always, just because it's a little shorter track, and a couple other people had a few problems at this race. Our buddy Jeff Gordon, did he have a fine race?
Did he have a fine race?
Did he have a fine race? Did he?
No, I don't think he had
didn't
a fine
have
race.
a fine race.
No.
So there's a little meeting about how Jeff Gordon, he wasn't real happy when the race was over, was he?
Well, you have to really blame the crew chief because Jeff Gordon, with a lot of crews, they went out and changed 4 tires. And Gordon elected to just change 2, whereas crew chief did. So he came out with the lead, but the problem is with old tires, if you watch NASCAR, especially at Bristol,
Bristol chews up tires
they
too.
chew
doesn't
up
it?
tires
Yeah.
and they wear very, very quickly. So Gordon spins out. He takes the second place car, Matt Kenseth, who just won recently.
Sim and Matt are real tight. I mean, I'm sure they're real friends now.
Yeah, really. So Kenseth won a couple weeks ago at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Right.
And last year's Daytona 500 winner. And he was fast all day long on Sunday. And when Gordon's move, it really wrecked Kenseth's day, and he wasn't very happy, but they didn't scuffle like Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin, as Logano was earlier in the race second, Gordon was first, and Hamlin was bunched up, and he spun out Logano because he said he wasn't running fast enough.
That's nice. That's a nice NASCAR quote. And how'd Jimmy Johnson end up?
We're not going to mention Jimmy Johnson, but...
We're not allowed to?
We're not allowed to, no.
Oh, okay, good. I happen to like Jeff Gordon, so I'm sorry he got tore up. Next, anything else exciting happened during the race? I didn't watch the race. I admit I was guilty.
You're watching something else, and we're going to get to that in a little
We're going to get to that a little later. Yes, we are.
But yes, a big day for Casey Kane. It was the first victory since last July at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Been that long? Wow.
Been very close last year. He had a lot of poles, but just did not pick up many victories. But this year he's doing well. He struggled at Daytona, but last couple races.
Did he make any
Vegas,
changes?
He did well in Phoenix.
Did he make changes over the season? I mean, still same crew chief, same.
Kenny
everything?
Francis, yeah.
So
In
you
place.
think he's going to have a good year? Is that what you're saying?
I think so, yeah. It's tough when you have Jimmy Johnson and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, there's some.
Four-time champion.
Yeah, there's some real players on there. So nothing else exciting. Of course, Bristol's always exciting. Lots of wrecks, lots of. I mean, that's pretty well a tradition coming out of that.
It was. It was the wreck, like I said, of Gordon and Kenseth, and then you had Logano, which later on in the race, Logano retaliated and spun around Hamlin because he was mad, and then in one of his quotes, Logano said that he's not done with Denny Hamlin.
Oh, that's nice.
So
that's nice.
You didn't watch it, but after the race, Logano went over to Hamlin's car, and he wanted to talk to him. Hamlin didn't get out yet, and he stuck his head inside, and he was jawing with Hamlin, but you couldn't see what was going on. And then the crew chiefs from Hamlin's and Logano's, the crew, they were scuffling, had a fight, and Hamlin waited until the crew chief, the crew, and Logano was away from him. So Hamlin didn't want to talk to Logano. As we find out now at Joe Gibbs Racing, they did not like one another, and Logano said now, since they're not teammates, he can run any way he likes to. He doesn't have to worry about Hamlin anymore.
Wow. I still don't like this whole team thing.
Why?
I just think having 3 or 4 drivers out there all working together, I'd rather see them one car, one team. That's never going to happen because the money's got too big, and I get that. But
you shouldn't want to wreck your former teammate either.
Well, you shouldn't want to wreck anybody. I mean, that's not. I don't think the spirit of NASCAR is to push somebody into the wall.
Well, they get impatient. They get impatient, and if you're in second place, you want to win, so you bump them, you spin them out, and you're the leader. That's NASCAR.
So
the fans like it.
Are you going to drive the Catch It Live car?
No.
Are we going to get a Catch It Live car?
We don't have the budget.
Working on it. I think that'd be great. We'll put you behind the wheel. We'll get you in second place. Have about 30 cars running 200 miles an hour chasing you around and see how you do. You ever driven around the track in Dover?
No, I know Colin has.
Really? I've driven around the track a few times in Dover. Yes, I have. So, is that the biggest news out of NASCAR? And next week is where?
At the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California,
that's
2-mile track.
2-mile track.
Yes, we go
that's
from
a whole
half
different
mile
race.
to a 2-mile.
That's a whole different
And if you want to retaliate, you really can't because they're going to speeds of 200 miles an hour.
Ouch.
About 212.
It's not a road course, though, right? It's an oval?
No.
It's an oval? So,
yeah, the Sonoma road course is later in the season, about maybe July, in the summertime.
Okay.
They love going there because they drink wine and because it's close to the vineyards.
Okay. Are we going there?
I said the drivers. You're not a driver. Jeff
Well, the
Gordon,
driver's not going to
Jimmy
drink
Johnson.
wine and go out on the track. somebody has to be.
They're there like 3 or 4 days.
All
And they're
right.
off day on Wednesday
All
before the
right.
race.
Okay,
They go
okay.
to the vineyards.
All right. Okay.
They have fun, and then on Thursday they get ready for qualifying.
Are we going to take a break before we come back and talk about basketball or
No.
not? No, we're not. Okay. I wasn't quite sure. So, what's your big finish on NASCAR? Other than you don't want to talk about Jimmy Johnson.
We talk about JJ enough.
Okay. Okay.
As Keselowski, he's leading in the points, but make sure you tune in on Sunday for the Auto Club Speedway 400 live on Fox.
Live on Fox. Well, we're going to talk about what I wasn't watching on Fox. But now we're going to talk about something different. Now, I know you're a big high school basketball fan. Catch It Live did basketball games last year, and I think you're going to try to do that again next year, right? You're going to do
I think so,
You're going to do that, and you're going to get some good sponsors. I think it's some great sponsors this year.
Yes, we always have great
Southern
sponsors.
States, and who else were some of your other sponsors?
Fitzgerald's.
Fitzgerald's Auto Sales. Was
Satterfield and Ryan.
Satterfield and Ryan?
Abbott's Grill.
So they better get it lined up soon.
Wireless
because
Zone.
Wireless Zone, they better get them lined up soon because it's going to be bigger next year, right?
You have a long time before the next basketball season.
Yeah, but you want people to be thinking now. Put it in their ad budgets, right? Big,
Yes.
big spend. But we're going to talk
Maybe
about
Community Bank. if we're
maybe
gonna go on
Community
that
Bank.
one.
I know people at Community Bank. Colin, make a note. Let's talk to somebody at Community Bank.
Make a note. All right.
Make a note. Make a note.
See if we can see
See if we can
I
get-
think you're one of the big guys there, so.
I am big. Yes, I am very large. But that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. Let's talk about basketball. NCAA. It's March Madness.
Yes.
It's March Madness. Now the
But
brackets
you
are
don't
all.
look very mad.
No, not yet. Not yet. Brackets are picked,
Yes.
right? The wager, the betting has already started.
Well, I don't know about that. but-
I can tell you it's already started. Brackets
Okay.
are out there because I got to have my picks in by Thursday. The
What, you in a tournament?
yeah, a little one. Just a little. No money, just honor and privilege.
Okay.
So tell us, what do you think is going to happen in the NCAA? Other than Gonzaga is going to go all the way.
Yeah, if you put Gonzaga in there, you're not going to do very well.
How do you know?
All
They're
the
number
way.
one seed.
Doesn't so? It doesn't mean that they're going to win.
Okay, so who's going to win?
I think Miami.
Miami. Okay. Why is that? I mean, have you looked through the different brackets and you're comfortable Miami's going to get there?
I
Was
think
Miami a number one seed? One of the
so. They're number 2.
number two. Yeah.
I've watched Miami. I like their coach, Jim Larinaga. He's a former head coach for George Mason. He has a lot of experience.
Was he with George
players.
Mason when they went to the Final Four?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was surprised he didn't get an opportunity before.
Is George Mason in there this year? Do they have
No.
a team in there? No. No. So you think Miami? So if I pick Miami and I lose, we're gonna have a talk. Those games.
There's no guarantee.
Games start when? Tuesday.
There's no guarantee.
Games start Tuesday, right?
The play-in games for Tuesday and then tomorrow,
Thursday.
but the big games are on Thursday. That's when
Okay.
the March Madness really starts.
Okay. So everybody needs to get their brackets in. What else do you see in the tournament? What else other than Miami? If Miami folds, who's your
Louisville, second pick of Louisville.
Louisville? I'm writing this down because we're going to review this as this goes on, and we're going to say, okay, Miami, Louisville, who else? Who else do you like?
I don't know if I want to.
Just one more because we've determined you don't like Gonzaga. That's my team, Gonzaga.
Why?
I just like the name. Come on, let's all say it together. Gonzaga. Where's I don't even know where Gonzaga
Now you
is
could
from.
at least give it. Oh my goodness, you don't know?
No, I don't.
Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, Washington. No, I'm sorry, I don't. But we don't like.
Okay.
We like Miami, we like Louisville, and we like somebody else. Who else? Come on.
I'm not going to reveal anymore.
All right. Okay. All right. So, but I wrote down you think Miami's good. So let's talk about. Can we talk about the girls?
Yes,
There's-
I watched the selection show on ESPN, and the Lady Hens, the number 6 seed, will match up against the number 11 seed, West Virginia, and it's going to be in Newark.
It is.
And they're sold out.
So
The first
they're
round
doing like,
sold
They're doing
out.
like 4 games up there, from what I saw. They're like doing 2 a day or
Right.
something. And I'm kind of glad. Well, we're going to see what they can. They won one. I think Delaware won 1 game. Didn't they win once last year in the tournament? I think they may have won 1 game and then got taken out in the second.
Yeah, they did. They got
I
blown
did.
out. That wasn't a pretty game.
Yeah. Well, did you go up to any games this year at Delaware? I did.
did
I
not.
went up. I watched the game. Watched Deladon. Of course, the history with Deladon actually goes back a lot with Seaford High School. because when, and I don't remember what year it was, but when the Burbage girl was playing for Seaford played in the state finals against Ursuline, and Deladon, as an 8th grader, crushed Seaford. So that's how it goes back. Quickly, Ravens. Any news on the Ravens?
Yes, quickly, they're looking at the free agent Elvis Dumerville, the defensive end. They need to replace Paul Kruger, Ray Lewis, and they're looking at him to sign in the next upcoming days. The problem is they have competition with the Pittsburgh Steelers and also, I think, the Miami Dolphins, which they have a lot of money because they signed Mike Wallace in the offseason from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And the Ravens are taking a lot of heat. Ozzy's taking a lot of heat for some of the people he's let gone.
Well, I mean, I said this a couple of weeks ago. When you have a Ray Rice over $100 million, you have Joe Flacco with the richest contract in NFL history, you have over $50 million guaranteed, there's just not a lot of wiggle room. So basically, what are you going to do? And I mentioned, I think at some point they're going to have to look at trading Ray Rice because you're losing all this talent. And I saw Coach Harbaugh on there today. He was in Phoenix for the NFL meetings, and he seems like next season's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
I don't think they're going to make their Super Bowl.
Do not say that out loud. Do not say that out loud.
Well, first step is they better sign Elvis Dumerville, because if not, they won't get many sacks.
Don't worry about it.
Because
it'll be fine.
besides Suggs, they don't have anybody can
it's going to be
rush
fine.
the quarterback.
My wife's listening. It's going to be fine. Don't trade Ray Rice. We just got a text. See? We're not trading Ray Rice.
Well, they're not going to trade Joe Flacco.
We are out of time because we've gone way too long.
Something.
We've gone way too long on NASCAR. We were going to talk about Indian Wells tennis because he doesn't know anything about it. Because while I was watching Sharapova, he was watching NASCAR. So
I have watched tennis.
Okay, we're going to talk about
Jimmy Connors and.
That's a few years ago, young man. We're going to bring you up to speed, but not tonight.
I've seen
not tonight.
Rafael Nadal.
Okay. Not tonight. We're going to work on his tennis. We're going to get Spinning Wheels Racing guy up on tennis. Anything else you want to close it out with? You mentioned the race. Got to watch the race next Sunday. Anything else you want to leave us with, Mr. Spinning Wheels?
You've been listening to the Spinning Wheels Racing Report.
On Catch It Live in Bridgeville. We're over time. Colin's giving us the hook. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Colin Walls of Walls Service Center in downtown Milford, letting you know we do all types of auto repairs, including brakes, struts and shocks, tune-ups and timing belts, and we specialize in custom exhausts. We've been in this business since 1958, so we understand what our customers' needs are. So if you're looking for a new repair shop, come to the old repair shop, Walls Service Center, Front Street in downtown Milford.
Do you have metal? Get it to Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling. Fitzgerald's pays you cash. Fitzgerald's will pick up your unwanted vehicles and will buy your car or lawnmower batteries. If it's made of metal, Fitzgerald's pays cash and recycles it, which helps the environment. Fitzgerald's will also pick up and deliver roll-off dumpsters, and they accept electronics too, including cell phones and computers. Fitzgerald's is local and family-owned since 1935. Jesus recycles people, Fitzgerald's recycles cars. If you work long hours in tough conditions, imagine how your feet feel. Get the most comfortable, dependable work boots in America, Red Wing Boots from Southern States of Milford. We offer an incredible selection of sizes and widths in all of Red Wing's popular styles. Durable, protective footwear made with the finest materials available. Red Wing's variety of sizes lets you find the perfect boot that allows air circulation and provides support for your entire foot. Stop by Southern States in Milford, 7308 Williamsville Road, or call 422-8066.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville, talking to you about this energy-efficient eye heater. For only $177, you can get a heater that will heat 1,000 square feet on just pennies a day. So if you need some cheap heat, come on into Weller's in Ellendale or Bridgeville. Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Bridgeville and Ellendale, talking to you today about carports. We sell carports. They include delivery and setup right to your yard. You can get a 12 by 21 for as little as $695. Give us a call or come see us today.
And we're back live at Jimmy's Grill with special guest Dr. Randall Horsley. And he's going to speak about nutrition and what is the most... Take two. We're back live at Jimmy's Grill. Special guest Dr. Randall Horsley, as we're going to talk about nutrition. What is the most important aspect about somebody trying to be healthy?
I think it's being aware of I guess what to believe and what not to believe nowadays, because let's face it, we've got a major epidemic in health, especially in America. Out of all the nations, there was a study that was done recently where there was over 200 countries. Where do you think America would rank? You know, we think we should rank pretty high. With unfortunately, we were like 67th or something like that. We were quite a ways down than what we thought we would be. And a lot of it has to do with just the abuse that we've given the soil and the lands. But I guess the most important factor in health in our country today for Americans are to know what to believe about healthcare, know the truths about healthcare, and also know the myths and the flat-out bold-faced lies that are going around because of marketing profits. It's a $12 billion a year industry. And everybody's getting their little slice of the pie, and then it's easy for them to duck out and hide and turn around and do it again with another name. So, unfortunately, there's a lot of health products out there that are being spun into being health products when in fact they're very dangerous for you.
What are some of the products that people should stay away from?
A great product example of that would be, I think I mentioned it before, but for the sake of being redundant, agave syrup. A lot of diabetics out there love agave syrup because the fact of the matter is, it's true that it's all natural, it's affordable, it does not affect the glycemic index, which is important for a diabetic, and it's very sweet, so you can sweeten it you can use it as a sweetener almost everywhere. One of the problems, though, is that and that's really what they market it for. So it's all true, and they can get away with that. But the research has shown that agave syrup metabolizes in the liver, and the byproduct is triglycerides, and a lot of them. So you're setting yourself up for a congestive heart failure down the road, even though you're taking care of your diabetes today. That's just a great example of what to know about healthcare. You know, agave syrup is great for a diabetic if you look at it the way it's marketed, but it could end up killing you. So you got to be careful. You were talking about the U.S. is ranked at number 67th in nutrition. What is the number one country? That's a good question. I'm not even. I think it was. Matter of fact, it was a Asian Pacific country that had a high diet in rice and fish, but further research suggests that wasn't the reason. There was a lot of just keeping the arteries clean. They didn't have the fats, the high content of fats. They didn't have the high fructose corn syrup and all those things that we have today here. I mean, if you go into a chemical store, a grocery store, all you see are chemicals, right? So it's nuts. It really. I mean, when's it going to stop? We're not going back to the old gardens, fresh vegetables and fruits and meats and all that. And the unfortunate truth of the matter, and this is what's scary, is that we honestly, even if we did, we don't have the soil anymore to produce the nutrition in those foods that are grown to perfection in organic soil and everything else. The most we could do is get a portion of that nutrition in the foods. So we are now, the day's already come and gone to where it's not if, it's now which whole food supplementation are you going to take along with your diet if you want to truly be healthy. And the definition of that is basically, making sure that you have everything your body needs to maintain its health. We can't do that even with great foods today, just because it lacks its nutritive quality. A good example is today you'd have to eat about 14 apples to get the same nutritive quality as one apple 10 years ago. And that goes back another decade, you'd pretty much add another 10 apples. So,
and the reason is the soil? Is that the main?
Yeah, it's really kind of, to some people that might sound a little weird, but there's a little story that we share with folks that really puts it in perspective. And we call it thunder, lightning, soil, and sun. And really, I don't know if you want me to start that now or not, but I'll try.
We just have a couple minutes before we have to take a break.
Okay, well, it basically all starts with thunderstorms. The question is this: soil is a living thing, and once we understand soil is actually a living thing, there's living things in the soil that actually make it possible for plants to get their nutrition. And of course, the next food chain up is the animals that eat the plants, and the next food chain up would be the humans that eat the animals that eat the plants, or just eat the plants. So technically, we do get all of our nutrients, and our life itself is supported by the soil. It's one of the most, if not the most important thing there is, other than the sun, and the quality of the air and all that stuff. So that's why environmental things are vital to our nutrition. So I'll share that story with you in a minute. I'm trying to time this so I can, if I get started now, I'll be interrupted. So basically, that's where people get confused. They think that they can just get nutrition from eating correct, and as long as it says organic, then they're okay. When in fact, most organic things that are labeled organic truly aren't even organic by the true definition of how to label things organic. So, and what does that even mean? Most people don't even know. They just think it's healthy for you. So we like to clear things like that up. But after I share this, when we get back, I'll share this basically a story of how we get our nutrition in the plants, why it's imperative that we understand that, and technically how the whole human existence depends on a biochemical reaction that takes place in the gut of a bug that lives in the dirt. So that's really what it's all about. But anyway, it's interesting.
We're going to take a break. More to come with Dr. Randall Horsley as we're live at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville.
Swing for the fence this softball or baseball season with equipment from All Out Sports in Dagsboro. All Out Sports carries cleats, gloves, and balls, as well as helmets and hats. Pick out the right bat from our large selection that includes Easton, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rocket Tech, and more. All Out Sports can handle all your sporting goods needs. Stop by to check out our new arriving merchandise or call All Out Sports at 732-1233. That's 732-1233. And be sure to like us on Facebook, All Out Sports, your local choice for sporting goods.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
When a severe storm strikes, don't get caught without power. Rely on a Generac generator from Satterfield and Ryan, your electrical contractors. With a Generac generator, it immediately starts when the power goes out and will shut off when the power comes back on. Satterfield and Ryan sells the finest standby generators from 7 to 150 kilowatts. Satterfield and Ryan is your authorized dealer and repair center for Generac standby generators. Generac is also your source for all your residential, agricultural, and commercial generator needs. Visit Satterfield and Ryan's website at delawaregenerators.net. Now remember, get the job done right the first time.
Abbott's Grill is a sure shot for a great happy hour every Monday through Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. Tip off your night with freshly shucked oysters from our raw bar for only 50 cents each. Or try a half pound of delicious steamed shrimp for only $6.95. Happy hour also features $4 orange crushes, $2 PBR drafts, and $1 off all draft beers, rail drinks, and house wines. With the best selection of local and national craft beers, 17 screens for sports, and live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights, Abbott's Grill is the place to be for a fun night out with friends. Abbott's Grill, 249 Northeast Front Street in Milford. Gather at the grill.
And welcome back. We're live at Jimmy's Grill. I'm Anthony Joseph with Dr. Randall Horsley. And is one problem that we have with the pesticides and the chemicals that they spray on the fruit and the vegetables?
That's part of it. That's a big one. Even more importantly is the chemicals they spray on the earth itself, pre-harvest and post-harvest to keep the bugs away and the pests away. And so you've got your pesticides and just a lot of and the problem is it does work. It does what it's supposed to do, but the problem is, and I don't think this would have been done if they would have known the damage, I would hope anyway, but what happened was as all these chemicals are coming out and poured onto the soils, we got to remember that the whole reason that we get nutrition into plants is because of the microbes. A microbe is a little microscopic bug that lives in the dirt. And you can measure topsoil fertility by how many microbes per square inch or centimeter that soil has. And when you spray all those things on that soil, you're literally wiping out a lot of those microbes. And we need about 18 inches of what they call topsoil. It's not topsoil that you can go buy at Home Depot and bring home and put over your garden. I know that's referred to as topsoil in the public, but there's a definition called topsoil in the agricultural world, and that's really takes hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years to develop over time. And if we keep wiping it out, it's not like we can just bring dump trucks of topsoil and put over acreages of land and then plant a harvest. So that's where the danger is.
Now, we're talking about organic food before the commercial break. Do you recommend that? Because I like to eat a lot of veggie burgers and sunflower seeds and stuff like that. Do you recommend that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. Those things are all good. And really, even the things that we can enjoy desserts once in a while, there's a lot of things that are considered really bad for us, but we got to understand that we have a clearance system. As long as you're healthy, whatever you eat can be cleared out as long as you aren't abusing that. So it's not really, I think that goes a little too far. Some people think that they have to eat a certain exact way, or it's just that you have to know what to completely avoid, what to eat in moderation, and then what you should maybe focus on for the human body to function properly. One of the biggest, I was going to get to that story real quick. Thunder. Every time there's a thunder and a lightning storm, the lightning will rip across the stratosphere. And this is to put in perspective how nutrition gets into us to sustain life. Is that better? Okay. So basically we have a little technical issue here. Is that better? You good? So when the lightning rips across the sky, it's basically breaking apart diatomic molecules. That means that two molecules that are stuck together can be broken apart, and now they're single. Nitrogen is an atom that actually, every time lightning rips through, it just creates a ton of nitrogen atoms in the air. They get caught up in the rain. The water from the rain that entraps the nitrogen now brings that into the soil. But it's inorganic nitrogen. That just means that it cannot support life in any way. If that got into our bodies, it would literally be peed right out. So how can it support life? Well, that means that atom has to somehow attach into an amino acid, making a protein, a muscle, a vein, something that's helping us live, or DNA, the nitrogenous bases in DNA. Well, what happens is that inorganic, the question is, how does the inorganic nitrogen convert to organic nitrogen that can be used for life? And that's where the microbes come in. They feed on inorganic nitrogen. There's a little biochemical reaction that takes place in the gut of the microbe that converts it to organic nitrogen from inorganic. And then when the turgor pressure takes that up into the plant, it's now an organic nitrogen that can now form a protein or DNA or whatever it is in the plant. So in the animal or we eat those plants and foods, we can now use that to sustain. That's called sustenance. We've all heard sustenance of life. That's the sustenance of how we get nutrition. And that's just one example, but that's why it's imperative that our topsoil has to have a high quality of fertility, and we need to keep those microbes as safe as possible. And that's the reason that there's this big almost protest against using all these chemicals on the soils. It's better to have a few pests come in and destroy a little bit of food and just take that as a loss and keep the public healthy than to devastate our existence eventually. So
I think a lot of grocery stores, for example, like an apple or grapefruit, they want to preserve it, so they use a lot of these pesticides. So when you go in there, they're preserved and they're nice and shiny when you go in there.
And a lot of times that's wax that they'll be putting on there that actually has a lot of carcinogens on it. It's imperative you wash your fruits and vegetables when you go home. That's a big, big hint. But there's a lot of things we can do. That's one of the biggest sellers right now is detoxification kits for that reason. And a lot of these folks are finding that they can just go find a laxative somewhere of some kind and throw some vitamins in there with it, mix them all together, throw a nice label on it. And if it's done marketing, if the marketing's done right, they can sell millions of dollars of that in a month or two until they get found out, and then they can just go somewhere else. So, be very wary of just going out and buying, detoxifications and purification. Make sure that you get it from either a trusted doctor that can guide you in the right direction, that can answer some of your questions. That's the biggest message, I think, in healthcare is understand what's true, what's correct, and then act accordingly. And really, being healthy today, it just takes a little more work. It's really what you know, not really as much what you do. It's what you know and then how to act on that. So.
Now, I read a Harvard study, and they don't want people to drink a lot of juice. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Fructose is the sugar that's in fruit that's usually in the juice. And if we've all remember chemistry in high school and all that, when you talk about glycolysis and the Krebs cycle and all those boring things, well, the nice thing about knowing that stuff is if you take a fructose molecule, it'll actually give you 2 molecules of glucose, which is the sugars in our body. So just you're thinking you're being healthy by drinking a lot of juice. Some people do this juicing thing, when in fact they are just loading themselves up. They're wiping out their pancreas, their Langerhans cells are being overworked, their insulin is going through the charts. I mean, it's just one of the worst things you can do as far as sugar overload.
What about like a juicy juice with no sugar added? Is that okay for people?
Well, there's no additional sugar added to what's already making a ton of sugar. What you need to do, again, juice is something that's really good for you. Keep it natural and drink in moderation. And here's a rule of thumb. Always eat twice as many vegetables as fruit and you'll be okay. Twice as many vegetables as fruit. Take half your body weight in ounces, and that's the minimum amount of water intake you should have each day. Those 2 rules alone, people would be losing a ton of weight, and that alone would get them 25% there as far as their health. Just knowing those 2 things. Twice as many vegetables as fruit intake. Take half your body weight in ounces of minimum water intake.
Now, if somebody wants some more vitamin C, what should they do?
Not go buy vitamin C in a bottle. Every one of them is synthetic. Well, Anthony, I've got a $20,000 Rolex watch I'd like to give you. You would get pretty excited at that probably. So how would you feel if I took that off, opened the back, took a spring out, handed you the spring and said, there you go, and that's all you get? And then ask you for the time. Would it be functional at all?
No.
You can't tell time. It's not functional in any way except maybe some inertia force. It's ridiculous. Anybody that thinks that they're taking a vitamin from a bottle and they're getting that vitamin is as ridiculous a thought. And the reason is this. Let's take vitamin C. The name for vitamin C, very quickly, is ascorbic acid. That's the ingredient for vitamin C. Now, fact, vitamin C is a complex. There's actually 5 subunits. There's 4 subunits with a shell that wraps around those 4 subunits. If you took vitamin C anywhere in the world in a bottle that you buy, and you were to break that down, you would find that all the subunits are not there, and only particles of the shell is there. It's called ascorbic acid. So the FDA said back in the 70s, hey, you know what, our technology, we can't extract the whole complex. It breaks up on us. The best we can do is, all we got is this ascorbic acid. So anything that has ascorbic acid in it, you can call vitamin C. But is that going to work as a vitamin C complex? Absolutely not. All it's going to help is scurvy and a little bit of dental health. And that's great. If that's what you want, go buy some vitamin C.
You're better off eating the oranges and peaches and some other stuff.
But here's the problem. You're going to have to eat 14 of those each to get the equivalent you need that day. Are you willing to do that?
Nobody is.
So the real question is there any supplement out there today that actually has a complex as found in food? And there's only one company that I know of, and please let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm so far 100% sure of this. There's one company that holds a patent on how to extract vitamin complexes and other things out of food without damaging the function, absorptivity, which is crucial. And it's a company called Standard Process. That's why we use them. Our loyalties are actually to the patient results. So when we found that out and we tested it, everything ourselves, we found that that's the company that we're going to go with until we find a better one. And that challenge is out to the world. I'm known for that. I've challenged everybody I ever talked to in my seminars that I put on, and patients alike and other doctors alike. I know everybody has their own little thing they're using, but I challenge them, or anybody, to find any better product than that can do that. Because that, in the biochemical level, that is what's going to give people their health. It has to be the same as it was when it was in food. So they're not isolates, they're the whole thing. They're going to function together. And now you can just take a pill that's all natural, that has the same exact complex vitamins in their complex form, along with whatever you're going to eat. And now you don't have to go eat 14 oranges. You don't have to go eat 14 apples or 20 pounds of asparagus. You can actually get your supplements, have your meal, eat properly. Little things like that, that is huge for health in this world today.
Before we wrap this up, is there anything you'd like to add?
Oh, there's a lot I'd like to add, but we're out of time. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I'd like to thank my special guest, Dr. Randall Horsley. Coming up, Jack Riddle, as we're live at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville.
Welcome back to Jimmy's Grill. I'm Jack Riddle. We got Mr. Spinning Racing Report out spinning in the parking lot right now. And I'm here with some special guests from the Kent County Tourism Office. Charles Gray, who's the Director of Sales. God bless. Welcome again back. You got to work on that mute thing. We're back here live at Jimmy's Grill. I'm Jack Riddle. It's professionalism with a capital P at this place right here. We're here with Charles Gray, who's the Director of Sales, and Lorraine Dion, who is the Director of everything else, all the big events we're going to talk about. And they're with Kent County Tourism. Kent County's a big place. Tourism's a big deal. And I know that Kent County, the whole goal of Kent County Tourism, which has a great website, by the way, which is
visitdover.com.
How easy is that?
It's super easy.
And I happened to look around at that website. If you have any interest in coming anywhere in Kent County, that's the place to go.
Yes, it's great to navigate through. Online reservations, online special events calendar, trip itineraries,
attractions, community partners,
restaurants. It's got a great online like media guide or something too. I was looking at. It looks like it looked like a little pamphlet, and when you opened it up, it was really.
It is
really
our
neat.
visitors guides right on there. Yeah, visitors guide. It's great.
And I would imagine that website gets kind of busy.
I think, what's it average, Charles, about, is it 25,000 hits a month or more? Yes. Something like that. So we are extremely busy.
Well, somebody who's coming to the area that doesn't know a lot about Central Delaware, if you just come and go driving around, you're not really going to experience everything this place has got going on.
Absolutely not, and that's the major source of information for anyone that wants to come and visit, or would like to delve in the idea of visiting and living here.
Correct. A lot of out-of-staters, they peruse the internet looking for attractions and amenities in the area, restaurants, things that their relatives can come and see, when they move here, all sorts of things like that.
And I never thought about the whole moving thing, but it's almost like a public relations department for Kent County and the city of Dover.
It is. We have so many great things to promote and market, and what a wonderful tool to do it with. So we're fortunate.
Now, you're part of a staff of 100 people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
There must be
on the second Tuesday of each week.
Not a real big staff.
What, 4?
Yes, we have 4 full-time and a few part-time.
But you do. I mean, one of the things on your webpage that you offer is some of these resources for trip planning, where actually people can call.
Sure they can. We'll provide them with an itinerary. If someone calls and says, I want to see the Amish community that's west of Dover, we can provide them with an itinerary, the routes, where to visit. If someone says, I want to see where the Constitution was ratified, we can, direct them for a day of activities surrounding the green in downtown Dover.
You really charge a lot for these services, right?
Oh, yeah, they're free.
Free.
I know.
Free is good. Jim, free. Jim likes free.
He does.
Jim likes
he does.
But I was amazed because, and you have an 800 number, which everybody does, 1-800-233-5368, which you don't have to write down because if you can't remember visitdover.com, then you're not coming to Dover. but all the things that are going on that you can help, reunions, military or family reunions, planning itineraries, and this works for 2 people or 50 or 100.
Absolutely. And as Director of Sales, I usually handle those types of groups that want to come in for family reunions, military reunions.
Give us an example. I mean, what kind of person, give me an example of a phone call you get.
Oh, certainly. We would like to bring our organization to town, and can you help us in finding the lodging, finding the meeting space, also finding what there is to do around in the area. And certainly then we go out to our partners and find out what they have available during those specific dates that they're interested in, and we help coordinate that for them. Wow. So that when they come to Kent County, Delaware, they've had such a great time that they're willing to come back again and again and again.
And we also provide them with little visitor bags for
Yes.
the meetings and conventions that Charles books, so they get a lot of ideas of what they can do.
And this is a better way to do it versus if let's assume somebody doesn't know anything about the area and they just call one place like a hotel. I mean, there's some great hotels in Dover, but they're not going to give you the full plate of everything you can offer.
Well, absolutely. They have their own expertise. If they're a hotel, obviously they're going to do the best they can in lodging. But that doesn't mean that they have all the necessary contacts to get your group into the Air Mobility Command Museum on the date that you would necessarily want to visit. What Kent County Tourism does with any Convention and Visitors Bureau is provides that clean, controllable avenue for any group that's interested in coming to the area to have the community knowledge, the hometown knowledge of where to go, where to eat, where to stay, where to meet, and roll it all into one package.
So if I needed like 10 rooms for race weekend for $49 a room,
we can certainly help you.
Yes,
we would tell you. No. We tell you Talladega's open right now, okay? And the internet is free. But we certainly do. We certainly do communicate with all of the hotels and lodging venues within the county. And actually, we reach out to our partners to the south and to the north. When you have such a large event like that, you know, for any of the events,
like say, we were talking about Firefly Festival, when all the hotels in Kent County, which they pretty much are all booked up right now, I want to think, then we reach out to down south in Sussex County or up north, right, Charles, and see what they have available. And
did I see a link to TripAdvisor through your site too?
I think so.
I mean, it was amazing to me because, I mean, you do a Google search on Dover and you get all sorts of websites, and you can really get lost. Versus visitdover.com, I mean, it's got everything right there.
All in one resource.
You have a calendar of events which outlines everything that's going on. You can book your room. You can get, just as important as internet advice, you can get on the phone with somebody from Kent County to help navigate everything that there is to do up there.
Yeah, it's great. One-stop shopping.
And we enjoy taking the time to speak to those individuals who've never been here before and share our passion for the area.
That is powerful. And when we come back, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, I think you have 3 or 4 signature events. I mean, these are big deals that are very successful. They've been long running, and we're going to talk a little bit about all of them and all the things that are going on in Kent County, Delaware. When we come back from this break, we're live here at Jimmy's Grill. Catch it live. My mic is not muted. We'll be right back.
Swing for the fence this softball or baseball season with equipment from All Out Sports in Dagsboro. All Out Sports carries cleats, gloves, and balls, as well as helmets and hats. Pick out the right bat from our large selection that includes Easton, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Rocket Tech, and more. All Out Sports can handle all your sporting goods needs. Stop by to check out our new arriving merchandise or call All Out Sports at 732-1233. That's 732-1233. And be sure to like us on Facebook, All Out Sports, your local choice for sporting goods.
Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
When a severe storm strikes, don't get caught without power. Rely on a Generac generator from Satterfield and Ryan, your electrical contractors. With a Generac generator, it immediately starts when the power goes out and will shut off when the power comes back on. Satterfield and Ryan sells the finest standby generators from 7 to 150 kilowatts. Satterfield and Ryan is your authorized dealer and repair center for Generac standby generators. Generac is also your source for all your residential, agricultural, and commercial generator needs. Visit Satterfield and Ryan's website at delawaregenerators.net. And remember, get the job done right the first time.
Abbott's Grill is a sure shot for a great happy hour every Monday through Saturday from 3 to 7 p.m. Tip off your night with freshly shucked oysters from our raw bar for only 50 cents each. Or try a half pound of delicious steamed shrimp for only $6.95. Happy hour also features $4 orange crushes, $2 PBR drafts, and $1 off all draft beers, rail drinks, and house wines. With the best selection of local and national craft beers, 17 screens for sports, and live entertainment Friday and Saturday nights, Abbott's Grill is the place to be for a fun night out with friends. Abbott's Grill, 249 Northeast Front Street in Milford. Gather at the grill.
You know, I was going to pretend my mic was muted just to drive Colin crazy because as producers go, he's the finest, but you know, the talent around here is pretty weak. So welcome back to Jimmy's Grill. We are live. It's Catch It Live. I'm here with Charles Gray and Lorraine Dion from the fabulous Kent County Tourism. We just finished a whole wrap-up of what visitdover.com can tell you all about, but they've got some big things going on. And I want to start in the fall, and then I want to build right up to what's going on right soon. You've got a Delaware Wine and Beer Festival in October.
That's correct. It's always the third Sunday in October, and this will be our fourth annual Delaware Wine and Beer Festival, and all the breweries and wineries throughout the state of Delaware. And we have one distillery now, which is going to be opening in Smyrna. Oh, wow. And they all come to a Kent County location. And last year we had it at the Delaware Agricultural Museum and Village in the Historic Village. So we have...
is that where it's going to be this year? Do you know
we are hopeful that it will be there again because it was so well received. And not only do we have all the breweries and wineries, we have some of the fine restaurants in Kent County there. And
this is a weekend kind of event?
Sunday, and festival goers from 12 to 5 can go around and sample all the great wines and beers, sparkling ciders, try food, a lot of fine arts and crafts.
And we do have some special editions that are coming up that we just can't talk about right now.
Yes, that's true.
So unless you
mute
your mic.
Well, I'm good at that.
No. Okay. We have some potential an activity or event to go with it. Hopefully, a wine dinner on the Saturday night ahead of time.
Is Catch It Live doing the Delaware? I'm going to sign up for that one.
Oh, you'll love it. It's one of our favorite
We need
events.
to do that. We need to do that. Okay, so that's October. Now we're going to talk about September.
Well, September, the second Saturday in September, is our 27th annual Amish Country Bike Tour. And last year we had 2,200 cyclists come from over, 15 states, also England, come to ride on this bike tour.
There's some beautiful places to ride.
It is. And what we start with, we have 15-mile tour loops all the way up to 100-mile tour loops. So you get everything from families and amateur cyclists and also professionals who use this bike tour as a way to gear up for their races that are coming out. And we have an Amish buggy, horse and buggy, that leads out a mass start. All the cyclists from Legislative Mall in downtown Dover, and it's a fantastic sight to watch that. And it's a wonderful event, and people get to see the countryside. They get to have pie. We have rest stops all around, and the biggest thing is the home baked pie that they get at some of the rest stops to eat. And cyclists look forward to that. So it's.
I like home baked pie.
Oh, you'll love it.
Now, the big deal, the big show is coming up in May.
Oh yeah. We're working hard on that.
The big show, and I just can't imagine all the. I mean, you have a staff of 4, and I know you use a lot of volunteers.
To make.
I mean, this probably couldn't happen without volunteers. But in May, what's happening in May?
It'll be the 80th anniversary of Dover Days. So it's the 80th annual Dover Days Festival on Friday, May 3rd through Sunday, May 5th. Last year we had 40,000 people come to this event. We have...
That's a lot.
It is.
That's a lot of people.
I want to tell you, we had over 330 vendors. We have all sorts of activities and events that focus on our history, our heritage of Dover and Delaware, and also a lot of contemporary activities. Friday, May 3rd through Sunday, May 5th. And this year, for the first time, because it is the 80th anniversary, we are starting a week long worth of activities a week ahead of time of Dover Days.
Wow.
Starting on April 28th, we will have William Penn, a reenactor doing William Penn from the American Historical Theater, come to the Old State House and officially do a ribbon cutting, a toast, because Dover was founded by William Penn 330 years ago this year.
Now this is coming up in May, but
Yes.
it's still not too late to be involved.
Oh,
Is that
no.
correct?
You can still become a vendor.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can still be we're looking for artisans, we're looking for volunteers. There are numerous ways you can become involved, and we definitely need a lot of volunteer help for this one.
Yeah, and we have the plein air competition that
yeah,
was
I forgot
extended.
that.
So
Yeah,
please talk about that.
It's a plein air paint out where artists come and they will sit outside for 3.5 days and paint different parts of Dover, and it'll be judged, and their works will hang in the Biggs Museum of Art during Dover Days. But on the Sunday at Dover Days, we have the paint out. It's a quick draw where artists have to paint between 3 hours, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Whatever they want, a historic house, whatever they see, it's judged on the spot, and awards are given out. So we tried to add in an art element to it as well, because for years people did sit out on the green and paint. We also have a garden tour this year, which Dover Days, when it started in 1933, was a historic garden tour. And we've brought that back so people can tour the gardens in the area. And while they're touring the historic gardens, they'll be hearing music and seeing art.
And all of this information about Dover Days, about the cyclist event, about the Delaware Wine is all on visitdover.com.
That's correct.
It's all there. If they want to reach
also
you,
online registrations right through there as well.
Yeah, they can register for the bike tour. If they want to get a vendor application for Dover Days, they can do that. And Dover Days actually also has its own website, doverdaysfestival.com.
you can get to it through
Yeah, you can
Dover.
get through it through visitdover.com.
Well, a lot of times we don't know. I mean, those of us that live here take all this stuff for granted. But I'm telling you, if you want to learn about Kent County, and if you're from the area, I'd also encourage you to go to Visit Dover, because there's tremendous resources out there. We can learn things you didn't even know. I want to thank Charles and Lorraine for coming in tonight, keeping us abreast of what's going on. I invite everybody to go take a look at visitdover.com to learn everything about what is great about Kent County. And I think we'll have them back again sometime, right? They come back to keep
love
us
to.
abreast of what's going on.
Oh, that'd be
Thank you
great.
very much.
Enjoyed ourselves.
We are still here live at Jimmy's Grill. My mic is not muted. Colin and I will be right back to wrap it up. Thank you very much. Hold right on. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Colin Walls of Walls Service Center in downtown Milford, letting you know we do all types of auto repairs, including brakes, struts and shocks, tune-ups and timing belts, and we specialize in custom exhausts. We've been in this business since 1958, so we understand what our customers' needs are. So if you're looking for a new repair shop, come to the old repair shop, Walls Service Center, Front Street in downtown Milford.
Do you have metal? Get it to Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling. Fitzgerald's pays you cash. Fitzgerald's will pick up your unwanted vehicles and will buy your car or lawnmower batteries. If it's made of metal, Fitzgerald's pays cash and recycles it, which helps the environment. Fitzgerald's will also pick up and deliver roll-off dumpsters, and they accept electronics too, including cell phones and computers. Fitzgerald's is local and family-owned since 1935. Jesus recycles people, Fitzgerald's recycles cars. If you work long hours in tough conditions, imagine how your feet feel. Get the most comfortable, dependable work boots in America, Red Wing Boots from Southern States of Milford. We offer an incredible selection of sizes and widths in all of Red Wing's popular styles. Durable, protective footwear made with the finest materials available. Red Wing's variety of sizes lets you find the perfect boot that allows air circulation and provides support for your entire foot. Stop by Southern States in Milford, 7308 Williamsville Road, or call 422-8066.
Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Ellendale and Bridgeville, talking to you about this energy efficient eye heater. For only $177, you can get a heater that will heat 1,000 square feet on just pennies a day. So if you need some cheap heat, come on into Weller's in Ellendale or Bridgeville. Hey everybody, Jim Weller here from Weller's in Bridgeville and Ellendale, talking to you today about carports. We sell carports. They include delivery and setup right to your yard. You can get a 12 by 21 for as little as $695. Give us a call or come see us today. Jim Weller here for Catch It Live, and I'm so excited about all the opportunities this new year holds. If you have a business and you would like to see what Catch It Live could do for you, give me a call, Jim Weller, at 302-337-7300, or shoot me an email at jim@wellers.com, and let's get together and see what Catch It Live can do for you.
No, Jim, the mics are on. That was his idea. Let's just get that for the record.
Brooks,
you
bad idea,
You can't
Brooks.
fire us all. Well, yeah, I guess he can he? Anthony will be here next week doing the complete show by himself because he's the only one.
He's the only one
who knows what he's doing.
The only professional among us.
True.
How did we get him to come in?
Big contract.
Must be.
Big contract. Yeah. Hey, what a great show tonight, huh?
It was.
You know what? Look at this.
Look at that.
Eagle's wings. Yeah,
Sauce,
tore that up.
sauce.
Next week, you know what? Next week, or maybe the week after, I'm going to get Anthony up to speed on tennis, so that's going to be good.
That's good.
Dr. Randall Horsley, he was pretty interesting, wasn't he?
He was very interesting. Yeah.
He'd be a nice guy to come back. I think that guy is he's a very knowledgeable man.
Third time he's been on Catch It Live. Yeah, and he's got a very, very interesting things. I mean, we could probably do a whole nutrition show with him on
and have mics that work.
And have mics
that work. That'd be great.
Saying, when we build a studio, we're going to have boom mics. We don't have to worry about these wireless transmitters.
So Brooks will turn them on.
We better rethink this. Hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. We better rethink this.
And we just ended with Charles and Lorraine from Kent County, and there's a lot going on up there. There's a lot going on.
There is, yeah. Yeah, and they're talking about old Dover days and things like that. They've got a parade going on. Mentioned we could come up there and stream the parade. So I don't know. We'll have to see if what everybody's.
Well, I did sign us up for the Wine and Beer Festival. Jim bought 20 tickets, I think.
You got him to buy 20. Okay,
yes,
good.
25. I'm sorry. He doesn't know it yet, but he'll find out when he gets back.
Yeah, well, he likes a lot of beer.
Well, I'm figuring a lot of people are going to come to the 50% off everything you can buy at Weller's tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be huge. Mm-hmm. It's going to be huge. When's Jim get back?
He is on his. I just texted with him. He's driving back right now. He's on his way back. So.
Well, Jim, we missed you. We'd like you to be here to tell us to turn the mics on because the show seems to flow better when the sound's working. Does that work that way?
Well, and with Jim, he talks loud enough. We don't even have to turn the mics on.
That's very true.
So you don't even notice when they're not on.
That's true.
I am looking forward to getting
into some of this stuff. That is going to make your night.
I've never had it before, but
it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Okay, this is extreme. This is hot. This is extreme. My son is going to flip over this. He loves hot sauce.
He's going to love that.
That one sounds really good.
So we went over time again. We always seem to do that when Jim's not here because Jim keeps us on track. We know how focused he is. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. We never go over when Jim's here on time.
Correct.
Never.
Correct.
And I'm thinking this back on the Eagles wings. This hot sauce has got me interested here. I'm thinking we might get some Catch It Live hot sauce made up. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be cool.
He'll do a private label for you.
We'd say $300.
Not even, I don't think.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, good deal.
Good guy, local business. You keep the money at home. That's our motto at the bank. Keep it local.
You got it.
Keep the money at home.
That's even down to buying my gasoline. I look at where I buy my gas from. I buy from Southern States. And
I buy my propane from Bring Gas.
Now, I import the propane from China.
Do you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Dig a well in Milford.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Seriously, I think about that stuff actually, and a lot of people don't think about where their money's going. And if I spend my money with somebody locally in Milford, or it's close to me, it comes back to you. It really does.
It comes back.
It really does. So
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, we could do a whole show on that also. I think.
Write that down.
How buying local.
Write that down.
Yeah, Brooks, write that down.
The one thing we didn't talk a lot tonight was about Jimmy's Grill, and they have a new menu. I was kind of checking it out over there, and there is some good stuff. The salad bar is just amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't know how anybody doesn't take advantage to get that soup's incredible.
Bean soup.
That limas and dumplings, that's amazing. The fried chicken is amazing. That new menu's got some new stuff on it. I didn't even get a
Does.
chance to get all through it, but
Well, I got something that, it was last week or the week before that was new on it. I got the chicken, no, not the chicken. I got the Chesapeake crab sandwich, I think. Is that the name? Chesapeake crab melt. That's it. So it's almost like Crab Imperial. There you
Crab
go. I
Imperial?
couldn't think of it. Couldn't spit it out. Crab
he's the
Imperial.
food critic over
Yeah,
there.
he knows everything.
But
Crab Imperial.
it is
on
amazing.
Rye, toasted on rye with provolone cheese on it, melted. Oh man, that was good.
And you can come in there and get one of them. You call in an order, you could probably get 1,000 of them. They got a kitchen. What people don't understand about this little restaurant, it's not very little, but their kitchen is like 4 times the restaurant.
The first time I ever went back there, I walked and I thought it was just this area here, and then where the grill is right back there,
It's huge.
and it kept going and going and going.
Well, they'll tell you they go on record. They're the largest caterer in Delaware, and I don't. They do.
There's no doubt about it.
They do
I
a
think
tremendous
they're the largest
amount
in
of food.
Delaware by a long ways too.
So.
I don't think there's anybody even close.
So you can come out. You can watch Catch It Live. You can be a part of the show. If you're interested in being a part of the show, you can reach Jim or Colin at wherever they are.
Well, you can reach me at Colin@catchitlive.com. You can reach Jim at catchitlive.com. You can give him a call.
So if you've got a company or an organization that the entrance fee here, because of the high level of professionalism, is very low. So they'll fit you in. But the one thing that has happened is, I mean, you're scheduled out. You're out a couple months now.
Oh, we are.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people have shown an interest in being a part of it. You can come down. You can eat dinner. You can get on the show. Just reach out, send them an email. That's the best way to do it. If you know anything about sports and you want to come in, especially if you want to talk about tennis, Anthony Joseph is the man because he is a tennis guy. We're going to get him up to speed on that.
Well, if I can say this, we've scheduled out so far. We're going to be doing a new show at a different place. We're going to be doing another show in Milford. So we're moving into Kent County.
Wow. Well, Kent County Tourism will be happy to hear that.
Yes, they will. I'm sure
So
they would. Yep.
that'll be exciting.
Look out, Newcastle.
Here we go. You can give up this day work and do this full time because the pay's so good.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to get out of here, though. We will be back here Friday morning covering Dan Gaffney's show. We're going to be broadcasting that live from the back of the restaurant.
Right.
That starts at 5:30.
I won't be here
Friday morning.
I'm never going to be here at 5:30.
I'm here usually about 10 minutes to 5, quarter to 5. We get inside here.
Send me
get
a
things
text.
Set up. You want me to send you a text?
Sure.
How about I send you a text when I wake up?
That's fine.
I get up about 3:30.
You have at it.
Okay.
It's been a great, thanks. Jim, we tried not to embarrass you tonight. Thanks for letting me sit in for you. And, we look like brothers. I mean, look at Colin and I. We're kind of like the same. Except he is
I do
there.
want to thank you, Jack, and Anthony also for filling in on some of the things that Jim would do normally. So you did a really good job. Anthony, good job. Thank you. We appreciate it. And we'll be back here next week. We'll be back here Friday, and then we'll be back here next week up in the front.
Have a great couple of days.
Take care. We'll see you.